All right.
What's up, everybody? Dave P here with my main man, RJ Pepino. Today, we're getting into finding off market deals, funding off market deals. This is it, everybody. This is like the meat and potatoes of not only the real estate investment business, but any business. I don't care if you're flipping cars, I don't care if you're flipping burgers. You got to find a good deal on the product that you're selling. Whether it be if you're flipping burgers, you got to find a good deal on wholesale meat, right? And then you've got to essentially buy that, and then you're going to resell it for a profit, or you're going to find a way to refinance it. That's what we're doing in real estate. But finding off market deals is something that is essential to learn, and that's why I'm glad we're talking about it here today. And I got some stuff to share. I just got this burning desire to share. But first, RJ, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Thanks for hanging in there. Sometimes technical difficulties happen. We're here. We're using Restream. We're starting to get a hang of it, and we're trying to figure out how we can get this across all channels. And so I'm happy to. We put this topic in our Facebook group, resources for real estate investors, Cream. Go in there, get in there. We're almost at 3,000 members. It's a free group, lots of networking. We share resources, and actually we are going to be putting a lot of our content into this Facebook group. A lot of the short form, anywhere from 30-second to minute and a half videos throughout the week, of a lot of short form content in there. And so I'm excited to talk about what it is that you guys want, which is how do we find deals, how do we fund deals, and how do we keep this buy and hold ship going in today's market. Interest rates are 7% and 8%. It's pushed a lot of investors out, or have caused investors to kind of think in a negative way about this market. And so we want to share with you a recent deal and how we made it work. And it's just understanding financing really is the key. But we're also going to be sharing with you some of the ways that we're finding deals, some of our strategies, and also give you something to take away from this live stream that you guys can go take action and implement on. So happy to be on here.
Guys, all I want for all of us is to be insanely successful. Everyone in our community, everyone in our company, ourselves. I've been listening to a lot. All we do, RJ and I are personal development junkies. Like, really, we're constantly learning, right? Every single day before I go to bed, I think about like two things, right? And this is how I define if I'm successful for the day or not. Number one, did I give it my all? Did I play full out? Did I push it? Did I give everything I got today? Number two is, did I learn something today? Right? And what I realize and what I know is there is just a tremendous amount of opportunity, but we've got to do it ourselves. Essentially, I mean, you're going to learn from us. We're going to teach you, but the sooner you know how powerful you are, not to get too hokey or anything like that. I'm here to let you know you guys can do this, though. Like, you really can. I truly believe this in my heart. Like, you can do this. You can amass wealth. It's right here under your nose. It's real estate, and I'm grateful to be able to show this stuff and show more about what we're doing. But ultimately, it's up to you guys. And RJ and I, we're rocking and rolling in our flipping business, wholesaling, novations. We got a couple fix and flips going on. We're all about the buy and hold. We enjoy, rental properties, been doing this for years. And it's all right here under your nose, but it's up to you to kind of do it, right? And the mind is a powerful weapon, but you got to learn how to control it. And it's those limiting beliefs. It's that shit that we're just conditioned and programmed with. And it's like I think that's what they mean in the spiritual books when they talk about like being born again. You know what I mean? You got to be like straight up, realize your potential. And we're happy to walk this path with you. So that's all I wanted to get off my chest here real quick, RJ. Let's get into finding off market deals, because that's why the people are here.
Yeah. So just like what Dave said, we want to just inspire you that two young Midwest kids can do this. We did this in our, late 20s, all throughout our 30s, with no help from parents, no help from rich uncles or somebody that funded our deals. We didn't have a safety net of a job, really, because I didn't. But I want to share that with y'all that anybody can do this, but it's not easy. A lot of the gurus out there are showing you in a Lambo or all these checks that they're producing in real estate, and they're not real. You know what I mean? They're not telling you the headaches. This is hard work, guys. But I want to tell you that um, it's okay. Like you can work hard for 3 to 5 years and amass millions of dollars in net worth, and get monthly reoccurring income. I will tell you this ain't passive. So you get monthly reoccurring income. It takes work for the monthly reoccurring income. And you have to put eyeballs on the monthly reoccurring income. But the work involved now is not as what it was back then. A lot of the work now is having difficult conversations, making decisions daily that are tough, um, and um, and keeping in front of our relationship capital partners. That's the work we're in now. But I just want to tell you that Dave and I aren't like that special. There was a lot of hard work and a lot of failures that we had leading up to now, and we're still failing and learning today. You know, I mean, admittedly, I had a house when I started this, a house that went into foreclosure. I had a repo on my bank, and I didn't have good credit. The bank took my car back, our truck back at that point in time. So there was a lot of like hardships that I went through, but I never quit. So you hear this a lot in books or maybe in videos that you watch, like, oh, as long as you don't quit. It's true. Like, as long as you don't quit, like we could quit today and then go get a job. And that's okay too, if that's what you want to do. If you like being told what to do, then that's okay. You can go get a job and be told what to do. But if this live stream is going to show you how we're buying rentals today so that we can control our future and not have our future in someone else's dreams. But I'm telling you that we're nothing special. I didn't, just because I'm Asian, I didn't have like rich Asian parents, and they wanted me to be a doctor, and I didn't want to be that way. I didn't want to be a doctor. That wasn't my path. So my path was not easy. I couldn't go to mom and dad and be like, "Hey, can I borrow $5,000 to get into this coaching program?" Everything that I have is earned, and I'm not saying that I'm self-made because that's a that's false. I was made by having the right partnerships and having the right people around me. So I'm team made. I'm a team made millionaire.
You had mentioned
You guys
something,
get that? Like that's
I like
the
that. I
self-made.
like
The
that.
self-made is not a thing, guys. Self-made. Oh, I did it all. No, you didn't.
I know.
That's false. It's team made millionaire. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that Dave and I aren't special. We're just hardworking. Thank God for our parents that showed us what hard work is. Dave's parents worked at McDonald's. My parents worked 3 jobs. Bob Evans, you know, food prepping and odd jobs here and there to make things work. And I was getting ready to do that as well, just to help out the family. Anyways, we're nobody special. We're going to share with you what we've done to amass millions of dollars in net worth, to acquire all these properties. But we've been doing this since 2005, y'all. Like, and we're young doing what we were doing. So I have a list of things that I want to go over of where you can find deals, the easy way, and then also the pay to play way. But that's what I wanted to add, Dave. Are we good to
I
move on, or?
just wanted to touch on what you had mentioned. Like perseverance is like the key. Like we have failed at many things, RJ and I. But here's the difference here. You lose your keys, RJ, and you're late to a meeting, that, you failed at that task, right? We're going to fail at stuff all day, every day. You know, you showed up late to a call, you forgot. Just me yesterday, I was supposed to get bagels at the at the grocery store for Lindsay, and I forgot them. And that I failed at that task. So there's a lot of failing that happens throughout our day, but failure, to be a failure, that's like an identity, right? That's like this victimhood. That's like this straight up, I'm a failure. And the only way somebody can become that identity, the only way somebody can become the identity of I'm a failure, is if they quit. So if you're not willing to quit, if you refuse to quit, you're going to have many little fails that happen from time to time, but you just keep going. You focus on that next step in front of you. We've had many failings, many fails, still got shit going on. But guess what? How you learn in this life, in this three-dimensional reality, you learn from your challenges and you learn from your failures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our teachers they tell us it's contrast. You experience what's called contrast, or what you think you don't want, to help you focus on what you do want. So just because you fail at stuff doesn't make you a failure unless you quit. So if we have all of your commitment that you're just not going to quit, you refuse to quit. I know RJ's not going to quit. RJ knows I'm not going to quit. So we're just going to keep showing up every day. Let the chips fall where they may. Continue to learn from our mistakes and fails and continue to produce results. And here's the benefit for you guys. You get to learn from our mistakes and fails because we're transparent about it. We're wide open, authentic. I've been bankrupt before. I went bankrupt in '07. RJ and I've had to scrape together money to keep the lights on, sell properties we didn't want to sell, pay off loans, bad debt. We've had to work out payment arrangements with lenders more times than I could count. I mean, this is real estate. This is not this hunky dory thing. But as long as you don't quit, you will never be a failure. RJ, let's get into finding off market deals, bro.
Yep, let's do it. I'm going to share my screen. Let me see if y'all can see this. Unable to share my screen. Why?
You potentially need to click on something on the left-hand side, which is the little toggle. I'm turning it on right now. Boom. See
Okay.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. On the left-hand side, huh?
I see your screen.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Well, do it again. Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you can see RJ's screen.
Yeah, it's
So,
just some notes, y'all. Here's
okay.
here's my notes. Here's how. Okay. This is some ways that you can find deals for free. All right. All right. We asked this question um in our Facebook group, Cream Resources for Real Estate Investors. This is the easy way because these, you got wholesalers, realtors, property managers, and I wouldn't say easy, all right, but this is the free way because you don't really need to pay to do this, right? Wholesalers, type in "We Buy Houses." In our area, it's "We Buy Houses, Columbus, Ohio." You'll probably see our ad because we, do a lot of PPC marketing and all this SEO stuff that we've been doing a while. Wholesalers are a dime a dozen anymore. So that's a good way to get deals. Okay. And really, the wholesalers, you got to pick up the phone and call them, connect with them, let them know what your buy box is, buy model. I would tell them if you're a buy and hold investor, that I need to be all in for 65 to 70% tops on deals. Tops meaning purchase and rehab. Our all in number needs to be that purchase and rehab, 70% to after repair value. So what it's worth after you fix it up and renovate it. Let them know and tell them that, you want not the worst house in the block, meaning it's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 700 square feet home. I wouldn't want that. I recommend you don't do that because those type of houses, eventually when you go sell them, they're just hard to find a buyer for, right? So I would opt for letting the wholesaler know, be very clear on what you're looking for, first and foremost. Like I would want a 3-bedroom, maybe 1.5 bath, an extra bathroom helps. We like brick ranches with attached or detached garages built 1950 or newer. That's our buy box. So you got to get very clear and letting them know this is what you want, right? Same with real estate agents, realtors, let them know. Pick up the phone, network. You can go and Google and network realtors in your area, or you can do the more smart move and go right into Facebook groups, join those Facebook groups, join our Facebook group. It's free. You can network. There's a lot of real estate agents there, and let them know what you're buying. The fourth one, property managers. Property managers have already access to properties owned by owners. Some of the owners might be retiring. A lot of baby boomers out there that want to be done with their property. They've probably already made a lot of money on their properties and they're just ready to retire. But these property managers don't know who you are. Lastly, this is social media. So get on platforms like Facebook and Instagram and let the whole world know that you're a buyer of properties in your stories, in your posts. You can even get on TikTok if you want and do that. Right? This is, like I said, easy way. We're at the stage now where we like to pay to play. We like PPC. Okay. We have somebody that set that up for us. We show our students how to um, get that service as well. That's PPC. So what is PPC? So, when you go to We Buy Houses Your Area, that front page, should we try this? Let's try this. I guess we'll open up Google, right? Okay, We Buy Houses Columbus. Okay, so here we are. We have sponsored Sell Home Team, sponsored Ohio. What is it? Offer Oasis, blah, blah, blah. So all these sponsored ads, that's PPC, right? So we now are doing PPC marketing. We've been doing this now for, I don't know, almost a year. And then we're also doing PPL. PPL stands for pay per lead. There's pay per lead services out there, Lead Zolo and Need to Sell My House and Motivated Property Leads, da da da. We like this because we have found that inbound channel leads are more motivated. This is it, y'all. Pay to play. Our budget's around 20 to 30,000, but we're at that level now. So we're putting that much out in marketing because now we're tracking everything, and now we know what our return is going to be based on lead to contract and other things that are. I don't want to confuse. I want to make sure that you guys are aware. These are our channels. We'll still find deals through the easy way or the not the free way, but majority of our leads come from PPL and PPC. Do you have anything else to add, Dave?
I do not. I mean, that's what's working for us. But we have a ton of experience with direct mail, pulling lists, buying data, skip tracing the data, numerous cold callers, sending text message. We literally, I believe, have done every single thing you can do for lead generation. So, everything from sending blast text messages, signing up for that, so this is where we landed. We are currently, I mean, I don't know one real estate company that does everything. We're just going to blast everything because you need systems and processes for each marketing strategy that you're going to commit to, right?
Well, I know a lot. I know a lot of them do. And I hope they're, I hope they're tracking everything and they're super successful in it.
Right.
But a lot of things I've just like two is enough for us.
Two's
It's
good.
just
We can track
and
it. We know our numbers.
yeah, like there's companies out there doing like 10 marketing channels. Cool. I hope you're tracking. I hope you're
Correct.
profitable. I hope you're bringing home what you want to bring home. But that's not us. We're going
No.
to show you, like we used to have all these channels. We're down to two. Two is enough, manageable, and they're
Because of
inbound.
the tracking led us to, why don't we double down on what is working the best? Feed the winning horse, right? Like, from our tracking capabilities and from our tracking efforts, we landed on these marketing efforts because this is where we're seeing the biggest bang for the buck. But yeah, like RJ said, any company who's doing everything, hopefully you're tracking, because if not, you're just throwing a bunch of stuff to the wall to see what sticks, and you're potentially losing a lot of money. You're losing manpower productivity. If you're assigning people to work marketing channels that, they're getting a salary to like work this thing, but it's not really producing results for you. You're wasting marketing dollars. So that is how we landed on these two. It is simply from our tracking efforts, and we just want to double down, triple down, quadruple down on what is working the best.
Yeah. So PPC and PPL, if you guys don't have the market or the money to market like that, that's fine. Resort to what I just shared with you. This channel right here. You know, these free ways: wholesalers, realtors, property managers, social media. All means, go ahead and do. I mean, I can even add one on here that, what are they? Probate attorneys. There you go. You know, probate attorney that we've got a good relationship. Every now and then we'll get a lead from that. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while.
A good tip right there.
Social media. I mean, I get leads a lot from social media now, but I've also been telling the world that we've been buying properties every single day. Not specific content like that, but my content is around real estate investing. So I can just go on my social media. All the wholesalers that follow me, they're watching me. Then they'll send deals. Let me put on here. I already mentioned this, but Facebook groups, lots of deals in Facebook groups. Cool. All right. We're going to be moving on because we want to also save some time for Q&A, but let's move on to funding deals.
Yes. Okay.
Take it away.
Sure. We have discussed this at length if you follow our channels, and we are very big on raising private money to fund and purchase the acquisition or the purchase, as well as the construction/rehab for your deals that you are buying. And the reason we like private money, yes, the interest rate is likely going to be higher than a hard money lender. We like hard money too. Creamfunding.com. I mean, you can find hard money right there. However, we like the private lender's route because they'll give you 100% financing. Any hard money lender is going to want to see a down payment, typically 10% of your purchase price. They want skin in the game. A private lender will give you all the money that you need for the purchase and the construction. So it's way more scalable, right? Keep your money in your bank account. I don't care how much money you have in your bank account. If you're constantly putting money into deals, you will run out eventually. It's going to affect your operations. It's going to affect your payroll. It's going to affect your marketing. It's going to affect your groceries. I mean, if you are constantly paying money out of your account to fund these deals because the lender's not willing to give you all the money that you need, you're going to run out eventually. So we like private lenders for that reason. We're willing to pay a higher interest rate to get all the money that we need. We've talked about that at length. A lot of times, and we help people raise money in our community. We have actual recordings of me on the phone with brand new private lenders explaining exactly how their money's secured. You're going to want to get in our community if you're not already. But this is what we teach. We teach you exactly the scripts, exactly how to do this for yourself. And believe me, in that cell phone of yours, there's millions and millions of dollars. It's literally millions of dollars. And what we doing just over the weekend, it was Sunday's Mother's Day, myself and all of our community members, we were sending Happy Mother's Day texts to everybody in our phone, but we were also plugging. And by the way, let me know if you want to look at some real estate deals. Everything we do is raising private money in this business. We love private money. Get all the money that you need. Now, another way to fund the acquisition and purchase of your homes is going to be a hard money lender. And if you don't have access to private money, or maybe your private lenders are tapped out, because the majority of private lenders typically have around 200 to 500 that they can play with. But if you're doing multiple deals, they're going to run out of that pretty quick. So you're going to want to work with a hard money lender. And typically, go to creamfunding.com and they will fund. They have programs where we can actually do, like 90% of the purchase price, 100% of the rehab type of deals. There are going to be some fees involved. Of course, you're dealing with an institutional lender, a for-profit company here. What do you think? Private lenders is not going to be the fees. That's the relationship, right? So you pay a higher interest rate, but there's less fees. When you're working with a hard money lender, creamfunding.com, you will pay more fees, but a lower interest rate, and you'll have to put some skin in the game, but that will get you the funding that you need. And the only reason as a real estate investor you are buying and fixing a property is number one, to resell it for a profit, or number two, to fix it and get it rented and performing. There's no other reason you're buying a property as a real estate investor, right? So if you are using private money or hard money for the purchase and the rehab, after that property is fixed up, if you're planning on keeping it, you're going to need to refinance that. So there's three kinds of funding here. There's the private money we talked about, the hard money we talked about, then there's the refi of something that you are going to keep. Now, when you hear about interest rates increased and whatnot, that affects our refi loans, because when we're refinancing to pay off the hard money loan or pay off the private money loan, we're putting a permanent 30-year fixed rate mortgage against this property now. And as the rates go up, they go up for everybody. So, we're borrowing now money for our refi loans at 7.5% to 8%, right? So we need to factor these payments in. So when the interest rate goes up, that means the payment goes up. So we need to be evaluating our deals when we're purchasing these properties and fixing these properties. We need to be looking at it. It's like, what is this thing going to rent for? Because if your payment, when you go to refinance this thing with the higher rates, if your payment is higher than what you're rented for, the lender's not even going to do the deal. It's not even that you're going to be negative cash flow. The lender's going to say no. So what RJ and I are doing with our refinances now, which I kind of want to get into this a little bit, and we're going to kind of show you the difference of the payments and whatnot. And we know other investors. We just had some investors on our podcast. If you've not checked that out, get ready. We're launching tons of content on our podcast, but we were interviewing some other investors, and guess what? They're doing what we're doing here to keep our payments low, and what we are doing on these BRRRR loans to keep our payments low, to keep the cash flow healthy, to get maximum loan to value on this refinance. We are doing interest only loans with the lender on the refi. That's a big switch for us. So as the rates went up, we modified how we are borrowing money for our refis, and we are going interest only because that is going to keep the payment lower. You got to think about it like this. A traditional 30-year mortgage that you live in the house, PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. If you take off the principal and make it an interest only loan, the bad thing is a portion of your payment is not going towards the principal, but now you're only paying no P, just ITI. Therefore, your payment is going to be less. So therefore, it's keeping us for investment properties in a more healthy, positive cash flow situation. And that's the biggest shift that we have made for our refi loans since the rates have gone up. RJ?
Yeah, so let's here. I'm gonna pull up a free. Let me stop. Let me go here. By the way, I shared with you creamfunding.com, www.creamfunding.com. That is where you can get access to the funding. All right. So I'm pulling up a free calculator that we use. It's a financial calculator. It's called TVM. TVM. So we want to give you some real life examples so that it lands. So we're just not talking here, and you can actually see a deal that we've done recently. So let's pull up the last one that we did, Dave, for interest only, and do some examples here for the community so they can see it. See
Nope.
this part where the interest only makes the deal work.
No problem at all. I'm not going to dig around. I don't want to waste too much time, but I kind of know the numbers off the top of my head, so we can
Yep.
we can roll with this. Yeah. So the loan amount on this particular deal was $280,000.
So that's the present value, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. Present value is how much we borrowed.
Got
Payment
it.
is what we need to determine. So that's what we're going to leave that blank. Future value, I sometimes just throw zero in there. Just sometimes some calculators pick that up, so others don't. The interest rate, well, let's just be conservative here. Let's just go with 8%. It's the annual interest rate. Periods. Now, periods is how many payments. If we're talking about a 30-year loan, well, we got to take 30-year loan. There's 12 months in a year times 30
Mm-hmm.
years is 360 periods. So we
Yep.
are asking the calculator to give us what is the payment for every period every month. So go ahead and calculate that.
Here we
What do we
go.
got? I can't see it. My
It's all
eyes are
right.
looking bad on me here,
Two,
RJ. We've been doing this too. What is it?
$2,054.54.
Okay, cool. Now, what I want you to do is everybody, if you're watching this right now, unless you're driving, please don't do this if you're driving. I want you focused on the road. But go ahead and grab your calculator just on your cell phone because an interest only loan, everybody, you don't need a fancy calculator. All you need is all you need is a standard calculator. Perfect. So, what is our loan amount again? How much are we borrowing on this one, RJ?
We are borrowing 280,000.
280. So go ahead and pop in 280 in your calculator. And what is our interest rate? 8%, right?
Correct, 8%.
So go ahead and go the 280 times 8%, please. It's 22,400,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
So that is our annual interest rate of 8% for the year. And there's 12 months in a year. So go ahead and divide that amount by 12. Where are we at?
That amount is $1,866.66.
1866. So our original payment, if we're paying principal and interest, it's $2,054. If we're going interest only, it's 1866. So you can see that extra $200 does make a difference, though.
It
Now
does.
it puts the lender in a more safe position. The lender's happier about this deal, and this could be the difference. This could be a deal breaker, maker or breaker for you as a real estate investor. So the first calculator that RJ used, just so this lands with everybody, is a TVM. That stands for time value of money. You're calculating these 30-year mortgage payments because that's going to include principal and interest. So that is where we came up when the principal is included in the payment. It's 2054. An interest only loan anyone can calculate. You take your loan balance, multiply it by the interest rate, and divide it by 12. And that's the payment. It's the formula every single time. And in the interest only situation, it is 1866. So it's less because there's no principal included.
And the difference is $187.33 from interest
Make or
only.
break a deal. You need
It
that
could.
money. Yep.
Yeah. And this I know which particular deal this is, and we just ran rental comps over there. This one is going to be right around 2200, probably where we land. And so it does make a difference going from 2200, that payment of 1866. That puts us in a position where it cash flows, um, um, and we have a solid rent spread there to cover any expenses. So this is why we wanted to show this to you, so you guys understand how we run the numbers on rental properties. Because this is one thing, right? Finding deals, easy. You've got money for a marketing budget. Okay, great. Then you fund the deals. Underwriting the deals is super important. That's why we put an emphasis on this with our coaching students. We have
For
a
sure.
whole call dedicated on how to underwrite deals
Every
from
week.
the onset, right? From the onset. Like, how do I underwrite it? How do I make sure that these loans are going to cover, you know, and we cash flow in today's market, not 2020. Today's market's totally different, where you have to maneuver the bank loans and do interest only loans to make things cash flow. It's okay. Rates are going to do what they do, but we can still make this work. This is a business of ebbs and flows. You got to be dynamic enough to make fast changes. Sometimes it's a day-to-day thing. Who knows what's going to happen? Well, I don't follow the news, but there's always stuff happening. Fed and this
Yep.
stuff. They're always going to do what they do. But stick with a community that stays in front of it. Problem-solving community, which is what the cream is. That we're going to be able to maneuver and stay profitable in this market. That's why we made the changes in marketing. That's why we're making these changes in our funding.
So, I mean, this will be the final plug, but and I, this is kind of where we're landing with our coaching. Our coaching students are successful. We're really doing this. We're giving you the opportunity within our coaching community to like literally look over our shoulder weekly. We're on the phone with you weekly, helping you underwrite, on the phone with you weekly, helping you with your lead conversion, how to talk to sellers, everything, every aspect of the business, because we're actually really doing it. It's a great opportunity for somebody who wants to get in the game. And if you do, you know how to find me. Send me a DM. It's the real deal. It's only for people who are serious about doing it, though. You know, there's a lot of information out there. As far as you can go on YouTube right now, some people are on YouTube watching this video, and you can try to do it yourself. But when you have a coach who's really in the game and really doing it, it's going to kind of shorten that learning curve. It's going to happen faster, right? I mean, just like I could clean my own car, RJ. I can get out there with some Armor All and do the windows and do this whole thing, or I could just take it to a car wash, and have somebody do it for me, or have a detailer just knock it out. Be productive. That's how like wealthy people think. And the wealthy people don't think about like how much something costs. They think about what do I get, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Or do people pay
very,
us for
very true.
coaching? Of course. Yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah. These are real coaches. This is real coaching. This is people really doing deals. So if you're interested, let's hop on a call, and say, what do you guys do? What is it? We'll give it the whole rundown. Send me a DM. I'm on the phone with clients and potential clients every single week. The community is growing. People are doing deals together. We have an awesome JV program where we will actually help you dispo or sell your deals after you write them in contract if you're a community member. And we're all making money together. There's an abundance out there, and it's a fast moving train. So hop on because it's not stopping anytime soon.
Here's some again for you guys watching this now live or in the future. Check past actually. Check out creamfunding.com. Look at these programs. Fix and flip. They're going to fund your Airbnbs or midterm rentals. They're doing we set this up so you can do bridge loans. This is sometimes important in your journey. We do a lot of the rental property loans and rental portfolio loans, but they even got like new construction loans. And the most important thing to point out is this just isn't for single family. It's also for multifamily properties. Okay. So check it out, creamfunding.com. I'm going to open up for any Q&A. Let's see if we got any questions. And if you are seeing this later, then type in your questions in the comments of this video, and we'll get to your questions and make sure that we answer them. So any questions? Are you seeing any questions, Dave?
I am not even seeing where. Oh, here we go. There's a chat. I didn't even know that there was a chat. So I just opened this up right now. Let us know what questions you have in the chat. It could be about finding off market deals, maybe what questions you should ask a wholesaler, if a wholesaler sending you deals, how to talk to a private lender, any more information regarding the funding of deals. And we're here for you guys. The worst question is the one that's not asked. That's why I was texting with one of our clients here the other day, and I said, hey, send your question to our private community chat because we all learn together, right?
Yeah.
I used to be that way, RJ, where I was like afraid to ask questions because I was like afraid of like, ooh, I don't want to look stupid. Like that's such a poor mindset. We just need to focus on straight up growth. So if there's anything that you heard which is unclear, the time is now.
We've got some like back and forth going on in the chat. So
I don't
someone's
see it at all, brother.
go in the right-hand side, click on chat under the music. So gaming lounge, something. Can we do it on our own? I found some property distressed. I'm currently looking for an investor who are looking for single family and multifamily. I'm a beginner bird dog, still need help and guidance. So if you're bird dogging, The best way to find the investors is literally on Facebook groups right now. I'm sure you're on Facebook. So wherever you're bird dogging, go to the area that you're in. So let's just say Columbus. Type in, you know, real estate investors Columbus, Ohio in your Facebook chat, Facebook search. I'm sorry, and then join those groups. Off market is something that is a thing. So Columbus off market deals. You can, there's Columbus Real Estate and Money. That's our group. There's Columbus. There's Cream resources for real estate investors. So join those groups, network with investors, get their buying model, let them know what you're doing, work out a bird dog fee, and that's how I would go out and do it.
Rona's got a question. Should I approach sellers as a member of an LLC rather than a licensed agent? It depends where the lead came from, but more than likely, you're not really even going to approach them as a member of an LLC. You just want to be a mom and pop home buyer. I buy houses in the area, and that's it. Depending on where the lead came from. So I'm a licensed agent. We work with a ton of licensed agents. If the lead came from the broker, if the lead came from a piece of marketing that you're putting yourself out there, like, hey, I'm a Rona, I will list your house, and they're wanting you to list, and now you're hitting them up to buy the house, that's a different conversation. But I mean, when you're targeting off-market deals, you're just approaching them as a regular buyer. Do you hold a real estate license? Yes, that'll come out later though. So to answer your question, when you're approaching off-market sellers, you're just a home buyer. That's all you are. Great
Good
question,
question.
though. More people need to know that.
It's definitely take money. The money typically get used. Any other questions? Let me check and see who we have. TikTok's quiet today. Anybody on your end, Dave?
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything else.
All right, y'all. It's 45 minutes to the hour. One last question. Any other questions? Other than that, go check out our community. We're offering some bonuses with that community called it's the Cream Fast Track. Where you get access to a bunch of our stuff for a very small investment. And you get it free for 14 days. So if you're interested in that, I can get you some more info. DM me, Fast Track. I'd love to hop on a call. This is restreamed. Where can we catch the live Zoom?
This
The
is live.
CEO.
We're
The
live right now.
CEO. You're gonna catch the restreamed on our YouTube channel, which is the Cream Real Estate Investors. Go there, check us out, subscribe. All of our live streams are there. We're still trying to figure this out on TikTok, but I have an Apple. I think TikTok Studio Live only works for Microsoft, so maybe that's a
First
Dave thing.
time in history.
Any other questions? This is how we're doing deals. I think we covered a lot today. If you guys want to be a part of the community, you know where to find us. We have a free Facebook group and also a paid group. So if you're interested in that, hit us up. We're here to help. Two young bucks who did this real estate thing. We're still learning every day. And on top of that, we're going to be doing a 90-day challenge. Thank you, the CEO. Look at that. Best
Look at that.
wholesaling book ever. If you guys want that wholesaling book, it is free, by the way. I don't know how it is, but go get that book. What's the link, Dave? Is it Cream Free Book or something like that? They don't know.
To get the free book, you got to send me a DM because I can send it back to you. I will send you the link. I don't know it off the top of my head. Let me take a look here.
I think it's Cream Free Book. Guys, this is a solid book. Go get it.
Yeah, it is. Cream Free Book. You got it right, RJ.
Go get that book.
creamfreebook.com. Free for now.
All right, y'all.
I've never heard one bad thing about the book, though. To be completely upfront, I've heard nothing but compliments about that. So thank you.
I wish I had this book 5, 6, 7, 10 years
Of
ago.
course. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is always a pleasure. We are here for you. Send us a DM if you'd like more information on having us on the phone with you weekly, helping you with your deals, underwriting, lead generation, lead conversion. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make this happen, right? I mean, you got a lot of times people, RJ, they're just like waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for the motivation to happen. They're waiting to make something happen. There's no waiting. You got to take action. That the universe loves bold action. And
Absolutely.
best time of the week, Wednesdays, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday.